Hello and welcome to my lecture review for the CompTIA Security Plus SY0-701. This is a Pearson VUE textbook, which is the cert guide to CompTIA Security Plus. This is written by Lewis Herman, ISBN number 0138293082. So I'm going to be doing lecture reviews for all of the individual chapters. It is imperative that I point out a few things. One of the big ones is, first of all, Pearson VUE owns all copyright of all of this material. All I am doing is I'm taking their official PowerPoints and I am providing my own video lecture for courses that I teach that use this book. Again, Pearson VUE owns all rights to this material. All I am doing is taking their official PowerPoints and providing my own video lecture. So with that said, let's jump in and let's see what we can do. Hello and welcome to Chapter 4, Understanding the Importance of Using Appropriate Cryptographic Solutions. If you have not guessed it, we're going to be talking about cryptography-based systems, talking about PKI, encryption, transport communication, asymmetric versus symmetric, key exchange, PKI, algorithms, tools, TPMs, trusted platform modules, security modules for hardware, key management systems, secure enclave, obfuscation, stenography, hashing, salting, digital signatures, blockchains, public ledgers, and certificates. We are covering this at a very high level because each one of these main bullet points, you could probably have a good 20 slides just on each one of them, as opposed to this entire PowerPoint is just 20 slides. So there's definitely going to be a high-level overview with this part. All right, first one is our PKI. So let me grab my pen. All right, PKI, or Public Key Infrastructure. It encompasses the key management and certificate authorities. That also includes the intermediate certificate authorities and all registration authorities. It will be the infrastructure for distributing public keys. PKI enables for secure connections for websites, email transmission, website transmission, remote access, and things of that nature, all focusing on that asymmetric key pair. Again, public key. So this will keep a key pair for public and private keys. PKI does allow for the distribution. Private keys are kept secret. Public keys are distributed. Private key escrows may be provided by a trusted third party like VeriSign or Google Trust or something like that. Encryption, that is dealing with the conversion of information into a coded format to prevent unauthorized access. So we're going to change this up. Plain text. And we'll run through an algorithm to cipher text. So it is information into a coded information plain text to a cipher text. There are different levels of encryption. We could do individual items. We could do file encryption or object encryption. We could do a partition like storage drive encryption, and that would be treating portions of a disk as separate units and encrypting portions of it. Or we could do whole disk or full disk encryption, securing the entire drive. Transportation and communication, that might be something like websites. Data security and encryption are crucial, and we have to understand data at rest, transit, in process, or even in use. Use and process in this example are the same thing. So if data is in storage, is it protected? If data is in transit between a client and server, for example, or on the wire, is it encrypted? If the data is being processed, is it encrypted? These are things that have to be answered because guess what? Data can be hijacked in each of these states. All right, so symmetric versus asymmetric. Symmetric means one key for both actions. Same key. Asymmetric, different keys. Symmetric is one key for the secret key, and the same key will decrypt it. Plain text, encryption, get your ciphertext. Run through the algorithm for decryption, back to plain text. These keys are the same with symmetrical encryption. Asymmetric, the keys are different. One will have a key for encryption, one will have a key for decryption. That does mean we have to have some form of key exchange. If we are using symmetric, the source and destination will have to have the key. So this is a key exchange or key establishment. This process that enables two parties to exchange the keys. Even if we're talking asymmetric, there still has to be a key exchange. Moving past that, key terms, algorithms. That's the algorithm or mathematical formula used in the process. Also used in the algorithm is a key length. This is the number of bits in a algorithm's key. Typically, the longer the key, the better. Starting off, 256, 512, 224, 2048, 4096, and so forth. Larger the key, the better. Tools. These are going to be specialized technologies and protocols for handling digital information throughout the life cycle. The big takeaway here is algorithms, mathematical formula, they use keys, and the key length actually does impact the encryption process. We have our security modules, both in the Trusted Platform Module, TPM, and our hardware security module, HSM. TPM is typically a hardware-based technology that is used to secure a crypto processor chip to execute cryptography so that the process is not done on your processor or CPU. It's a hardware module. Hardware security modules is a physical device serving as a secure crypto process, providing faster encryption than software-based solutions, and typically they cannot be tampered with. HSM are tamper-proof. Key management systems, KMS, these are the safeguards that digital data by managing codes used to lock and unlock data. These things allow us to generate cryptography keys, store keys, exchange keys, use and access keys, and replace and rotate keys. The key management system is basically the key system for managing all of the keys. Secure Enclave. This is a hardware-based feature found in devices like iPhones. It allows for segregation of encrypted tasks running on a separate microprocessor with its own operating system. Segregation. It is designed to resist tampering with. It prevents access to data through strict protocols. It protects data in process. The enclave is resistant to software and hardware-based attacks. Not completely 100%, but resistant. That's key there. Alright, so moving past that will be our obfuscation and stenography. Obfuscation is a technique used to protect sensitive information by disguising it. Normally, it will go through a process so that the original data is not as readable. Stenography will be the practice of concealing a message in something else, like a photo or audio message. Could be a video. Obfuscation might be as simple as taking a command and running it through an algorithm to get base 64 code that doesn't actually look like the original process. That way, when you execute it, it does what the code is supposed to do, but it doesn't resemble it. Moving past that, we have hashing and salting. Our hash is a one-way function to ensure integrity. It will map data to a fixed length value, and it's, again, for integrity checking. Salting is adding a random data to a password before hashing to increase security. That'll be based off of per individual user. Pepper would be adding a random or a fixed character to a group. And you could do salt and pepper before hashing. Digital signatures is a mathematical schema used to verify authenticity and the integrity of a message or remote document. 3 algorithms are used. You're going to be looking at, 3 algorithms used in digital signatures are the key generation, the signing algorithm, and a signature verifying algorithm. There are 2 very important requirements here. Let me actually grab my pen. I want to highlight those. The big ones are authenticity verification and the private key. You have to be able to take, encrypt a message, send it, verify it. Authenticity verification is crucial here. Key stretching. This is a cryptographic technique used to enhance the security of a weakness in key against brute force attacks. Again, salt will be a randomly generated data added to a password before hashing, typically per user. Pepper is another random generated value added to a password, and it's normally done by groups. You could say, all accounting groups will have this pepper, and each user will have a separate random hash. Blockchain and open public ledgers. Blockchain is a secure, immutable digital ledger that records transactional data across different systems. It's more decentralized. It does aid in the prevention of alteration and fraud. Open public ledger is a component of a blockchain technology that organizes transactional data into blocks that are chained together chronologically, verifies transaction authenticity, and prevents double sending without the need for central authority. Again, both of these are all about verifying transactional data. Lastly, we have our certificates. We have a digital document issued by a certificate authority, and they are used to verify the identity of a certificate holder, thus ensuring a certain level of legitimacy for that communication. A certificate authority could be an entity, it could be a third party, it could be some type of system that is responsible for issuing certificates to different PKI systems, serving as a trusted party to validate identities and to ensure secure digital exchanges. We talked about many different words: PKI, keys, escrow, encryption, levels, encryption types, partition, object encryption, volume encryption, database, record levels, algorithms, tools, TPMs, HSMs, certificate authorities, obfuscation, stenography, hashing, and so much more. All right, that is it for this chapter. All right, that wraps up this module. If there's questions, concerns, or issues, please feel free to reach out. Remember, I'm here to help. All you have to do is ask questions. Thank you.